All right. Hello, everyone. Marina Jova here with Rachel McDonald. And I invited Rachel here today as a vitality specialist and a dear friend, of course, who I have on speed dial basically to call for all the holistic nutritional advice that she has. And thank you for coming over and having a lovely brunch with me today and
Wasn't
sharing.
it lovely? Oh, that pumpkin spice latte
Delish.
with all natural ingredients
Yes.
and all organic ingredients as well. Cardamom, cinnamon, clove, allspice, all warming herbs and spices for the upcoming fall season that we're headed into now.
So nourishing. So delicious.
Are you ready to let go of summer yet?
Oh, not yet, Mama. Are we ever? Well, that's why I find I'm having a little hard time, with my nervous system and everything, just diving into the fall, and I'm not quite ready for the sweaters and the layers yet. I just want that energy of, I've been really fortunate to, have all this warm weather here now.
We were so fortunate, but I mean, like today and many other days that will be coming up, there is going to be a change. You can already feel it at nighttime, the crisp air, almost dry air with the wind. There's a lot of dampness that's happening too. So you want to continue to help your nervous system as you change the seasons to go into something warming and nurturing when you have a change in the seasons.
I'm just wondering, how does that play out in one's nervous system or behavior if we overload our life with still a lot of that fiery summer energy? Like, what if we don't ease into the transition? What are, some of the
what happens is you need to go in easily, with the season, so you can feel your best and transition. Coming from the summer, we've maybe indulged a little bit, late nights, full moon parties, alcohol, etc. And so the system is like, it's saying now it's time to go more internal. As we know, if we follow nature's habits, bears go into hibernation, but right now they're collecting their food, their fat stores, loading up, so to speak, to protect them from the winter that's eventually going to come. And that's the deep part of it. If you have your central nervous system on fire,
That's what's happening.
And you go into a season that's already spinning with the air, spinning with the ether, cold going into your bones, coldness going into like your heart, your mind. It's going to be a difficult transition, a little bit, so it's good to eat with the seasons, and I have some tips for that if you'd like to hear.
Fantastic. Please do share with us.
Well, number one, if you look in your garden or any farmer's market, what's growing? What's coming in?
Pumpkin, butternut squash.
Exactly, root vegetables, the turnips, the beets, the squash family, sweet potatoes, anything that can help you ground. In summer we eat a lot of food that's light, grapes and cucumbers and mint, and it's very cooling and light. Now you need to ground, come down a little bit into your body. Okay.
So to get into the body, how do we start our day? Like, what does a day of healthy nutrition look like?
That's a very good question. I mean, if we're seasonally attuned, it feels like a long exhale. So when you're connected to what you're eating and with the seasons, it helps you with your nervous system. It can help with anxiety. It can help with depression because you're connected. So something like in the day of the life of fall, to start with something like a warm tea. A tea with just some warming spices such as cinnamon, cardamom, clove, ginger. And inside that starts to heat up the system. So you're warm internally when the outside is dry air, wind, cold, dampness, right?
Makes sense.
So the next thing to eat would be something like stewed apples. Very easy to make. You just take some butter or oil of your choice, Warm the pan, have your apples cut, add a little bit of cinnamon, again warming, ginger warming, cardamom warming, ginger warming. You can use fresh, you can use dried. Apples in, water to cover, lid on top, let them stew. Eat it. That also helps with, like, you know, apples are very good for the digestive system. Get some gunk out, gunk that no longer serves you emotionally, physically, whatever it may be.
Great. All right.
Are you going to try that?
That's like a healthy version of an apple pie.
Maybe.
Minus the crust.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus all the spices, the nutritional spices.
And not only are they warming for the system, but they're very good for stimulating the immune health.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
so you get your circulation going. Another thing that's really beneficial come fall is bone broth.
Bone broth.
So
it's going to be a tough one for a vegetarian.
Well, if you are walking the path of vegetarian, sometimes it's okay to get a little bit of nutrients for a small period of time in your diet to help with easing the nervous system, healing the gut from the inside, and getting valuable vitamins and nutrients. Another thing I would suggest to start your day, as well as nutrient-rich foods that are warming and easy, is one-pot meals. So one-pot meals, when it's already combined for you, it's easier on the digestive system. So something like a mix of rice and beans with warming spices, mustard seed, cumin, again, ginger, cinnamon. That's a great idea too. You can then add your greens on top as well.
Great. Wonderful. Yeah. What else? Any body practices that we can do?
Well, I recommend this one on the daily, but any time of season is good.
Yeah.
There is this thing called dry brushing.
I've never done this before.
Okay, let me show you. So you can use a loofah like this, or again, like a bigger natural brush. And another tip that I do before we even start this, and I'll do it on you so you can see, is I take some essential oils with some warming essential oils in it, okay?
Properties, yeah.
Just rub a little bit on this. Give me your hand. Smell it. Always brush towards the heart, okay? This is going to help stimulate your lymphatic system.
Yeah, it
Do
feels
you
very
know?
rejuvenating. It's like waking up
Imagine
my whole arm right now.
Your whole body, right?
Yeah.
Even doing it from your toes upwards, on your
towards
legs.
the body, towards the heart.
And you know what happens when you don't take out your garbage?
It stinks.
So your lymphatic system
smells
is,
great.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a melange of different essential oils that are helping nurture, because essential oils go in through the skin. They don't need to go through the gut, be broken down, so it's penetrated right to the skin immediately.
Any last thoughts you want to leave us with?
Yes, you know, when the seasons start to change, it's really important to be attuned to that. So going slowly, changes are going to happen slowly. Don't expect this to happen overnight, but I can make a few last suggestions, and that would be, we're going inwards. So start to go to bed a little bit earlier. Start to add nourishing, warm foods. Start to add layers on your body and on your bed, like warm wool blankets. It's going into a cocoon. As we go into the deep heart of the seasonal change, which fall into winter, it's going to get colder and it's going to get darker. So if you start preparing yourself now, making your immune system strong and your nervous system strong, then the cold is not going to bother you. Then the wind is not going to bother you. Then you'll keep a clear mind. Depression and anxiety won't set in because you'll be solid in yourself. The darkness, the coldness, this is a time for you to take a long, deep exhale and make it your journey into the season of fall.
Wonderful. Sounds delicious. I'm more excited about it now, Rach.
Thank you so much. There's so much you can do. You're welcome.
Thank you so much for all your tips.
May we